Hey guys, my name is Emily Bates and I'm going to be teaching my phonemic lesson today. And what my lesson is about is medial target sounds. So words like pig and jig, and we're going to see how sick is into that, and words like that with the same like middle letter, okay? So to start off the class, I'm going to review what I taught them the last class period, which is initial target sounds, okay? So we're going to be going over the vowels, and we're going to say our vowels. So we're going to say A, E, I, O, U, and then we're going to watch the vowel song, okay? So we're already going to be having watched this the day before, and so therefore this is going to make this way fun, and they can sing along with it. And I'm going to play it on my phone because I can't play it on my computer because I'm using my computer to video. So I'm going to show it through my phone really quick, and just part of it because it can get a little overbearing.
Can you read this word? Cat.
So you get the point. It just goes over the short vowel sounds and gets them to sound out a word, okay? So we're going to go through that. We're going to sing the song. We're going to have fun. And then I'm going to ask them the questions, okay? And so my questions are, actually we're going to go over words first with oversized note cards with initial target sounds written on them. So what we're going to do is we're going to show a word, and I'm going to say, what is this word? Can you sound it out for me? And I'm going to show them the word sick. And they're going to say, sick. And I'm going to say, okay, we'll keep that in mind. And now we're going to say this word. What is this word? And it's sad. So they're going to say, sad. And I'm going to be like, oh, make your sad faces. Be so sad. Oh, they're going to be so sad. Okay? And so I'm going to keep that first letter in mind, okay? What did it start with? All right, here's our next word. Sound it out for me. Sat. Oh, everybody sit down really, really quick. Sit down. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what is the initial sound? What is the beginning of all those words? What does it sound like? And they're all going to say, oh, it starts with S. What letter is that? S. All right, perfect. Okay, so then I'll ask them the questions. And we're going to go over questions like, can you think of any words that have the same beginning sound as the word hat? All right, sound out the word hat. Hat. Okay, well, can we think of any words? So maybe, hot. Hot. And so they're going to just give me examples of that. And then I'm going to ask them, what about the word pen? Sound it out for me. Pen. And so they're going to say maybe pig or poke, something like that. Some other word that has the same initial sound as the word pen. And so then my third question will be, which of the words pig, big, and pen have the same beginning sound? So we're going to go over pig. So sound it out. Pig. Okay? So we got that one. What about big? Big. That doesn't sound the same as no. So we're going to put those to the side. And let's look at the last word. Maybe this will match one of them. Pen. No. Okay, so pen. No. But it does sound like pig. Pig and pen have the same beginning sounds. So that'll just review my initial target sound lesson that I did the day before. And then we're going to move on to the motivation because it's way better. Because, tomorrow we got to do final, so we got to get the initial or the medial done today. And so we're going to play the Big Pig song, which is super cute. And I'm going to show it to you on my phone again. Very inconvenient, but it works. And it's just a song that does the medial target sounds. And it's kind of a rhyming one too, but it works.
It's the Big Pig song. There was a pig, and he was big. He liked to dig and wear a wig. He did a jig
So that's a Big Pig song. It'll go on for a little ways and they'll get into it. I'll say sing along if you can. And they'll sound out words and do all that kind of stuff too. And so once we do that Big Pig song, we're going to review the common words found in that song. So we're going to go over the words big, again, big and pig. And I'll say, what other words were in there? And somebody say dig or jig, stuff like that, okay? And I'll say, what sound was the same in all of those words? And some might say ig, and I'm like, ah, but then it is right because it's rhyming. But I'm going to say all of them had a sound and eh, okay? And so then we will present other words with medial target sounds to kind of give them an example of what does it mean to have the same medial sound. They are not going to get that word medial, but same middle sound. And so we're going to go over words like mad. And I'm going to say, okay, sound it out. And they're going to say d. All right. So now say the word pan. Pan. And so they're both going to say that sound in the word, okay? And so once I go over that a few different times, they're going to read it with me and sound out a few different example words. And then we're going to move on to the games. Because learning in elementary is so much fun because it's so in the form of games. And kids love games and they don't even know that they're even learning something, but they really are. And so the first game that we're going to play is the letter mobile, okay, the vowel mobile. And so on my lovely hanger mobile, we have each of the vowels. And so we have the A, E, I, O, U. But with the medial target sounds, it's most likely going to be the short vowel sound. So we're going to go e, o, u. And so each of them has a piece of yarn from it. And so what the kids are going to do, they're going to draw from a little basket. And each of them are going to have pictures. Somewhere I have my pictures. And it's going to have pictures of like gum. And so that would have the medial sound of the U. And then this is a well, so that'll be the E. And then a ham, that's going to be an A. So they're all going to be mixed up. And I'm going to have the kids come one by one and draw one. And they're going to have to sound it out for me and say what the word is. And then they'll have to match that medial sound that they're saying with the picture to which vowel it goes to. And so I'll do the first example. And so I draw one, and it's a net. All right, net. Oh, well, that one goes with the E. And so I'm going to have them tape it up there, each one, okay? So the next one is, let me get a good one. Okay, a sock. Sock. All right, so let's think. What sound does that go with? It goes with the O, so they're going to tape it on there themselves. And once you tape all of them up there, they'll be able to see with their eyes, visually see, look, all these words have the same middle sound, even though they don't maybe not have the beginning or the end sound. Each of the middles are the same, okay? And so they're going to be able to have a visual of all of these go together, all of these go together, all of these are the same. And so that's going to help them a whole lot. And it'll be a fun little game for them to do too. And so the hold on, let's see. And then the next game, once we finish all those, we have all of the little pictures hanging on our mobile. We'll hang it up on the board just for a visual. And then we'll play bingo, because bingo was the funnest game in elementary school. And so they'll each get a card that looks like this. All of them are a little different. And we're going to have each child stand up with me again and draw one. So this will be either a mug or a cup. Either one, it still has the same medial sound. It doesn't matter. And so they're going to say it, and they're going to sound it out to the whole class. And they're going to say, g. So who can match that with a sound on this? And say, that's going to go with the U. And so they're going to have buttons to place on there. And so they're going to eventually try to get in a row or something. And then they'll say, bingo, bingo. And so then we'll play again and again until we pretty much go through all the pictures until they just get crazy and tired of it. And so that'll be our games. And so they'll have to sound it out, and they'll see the words again, and they'll see how they connect. So then at the end, I'll split it up in groups, and they're going to have 5, just a copy paper sheet, just like this, and it's going to have a vowel written at the top. And they're going to have a handful of cards left over from the games, and they're going to have to match. They're going to have 5 sheets. And so in their groups, about 5 or 6, they're going to work to sound out the word on the card and say, okay, where does this go on the paper? Okay, does it go with the E or does it go with the U? And they're just going to see kind of how that is. And so they're going to be matching it to the paper. And so that's just going to be the ending activity to kind of tie everything together in groups. And then I'll see with observation and physical placement and types of things that I know that they understand. Okay, and so their homework will be, they'll have a worksheet, and it'll have 5 different objects on it. And what they'll have to do is they'll have to go around their house and find an object with the same medial sound. And so maybe a picture will be of a mop, or even like a bat. And so maybe they'll find a mat in their house, and so they'll draw a mat beside the bat. And they'll just have to match up different things in their house that, like, oh, this has the same sound as that. And they might need a little help from parents, but it'll get done, and it'll start to register in their heads, these things go together, they have the same sound. And so for my early finishers, they can take a few of the object cards, and they can match it on their sheets like they did in the groups. And then when they've done that, they can color on them, as many as they want to, because they finished early, so they get a reward. And then my students with special needs, my students who have a reading disability, will meet with a paraprofessional, and they'll look at the mobile again, and they'll go one by one and kind of break it down and go simple words, and maybe not overwhelming with all of them together in their face, but just kind of go over like, okay, well, let's work with just the A words. Okay, which one's mat, cat, things with the same sound like that. And then my English language learners will go to the back of the room, and we'll kind of say the words together, and we'll work on the placement of the tongue and the cheek and the chin, and we'll just go over those things with them to make sure that they're saying it right and they understand how it's supposed to sound, so they can make and replicate that themselves. And for for those who don't really understand it at the end of the day, we'll get together again. We'll get the mobile out. We'll match things, and so we'll provide a paraprofessional, that's a hard word, with 2 cards of each vowel, and they'll have to work with these by pairing them to the same vowel sheets of just plain copy paper. They'll have to match just 2 cards to each vowel, and they'll go over it, and they'll go over it again and again until they understand. If they don't understand, we'll work on it the next day. It'll work. And then enrichment. So people who completely understand, they got it within 5 seconds of the lesson, we'll give them a worksheet, and it'll be a matching game. So they'll have pictures, and then they'll have words, and then, well, actually they'll have pictures with the words underneath, and then they'll have vowels, and so they'll have to match which one has the same medial sound. And then they'll draw an extra picture for each picture. So if there's a picture of a mat, then maybe they'll draw a cat next to it. Something with the same medial sound. That's what they'll have to do. And they can color, and after that, all they want to. And so that will be my lesson of just cards and using the mobile. This is probably my favorite, just for the fact of they see which ones go together. And so that will be my lesson. And thank you for watching. I hope it helped. And I hope it's a great lesson plan, and I hope my future students will understand perfectly. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time. I hope you have a great day. Bye.